As Sri Lanka's elite look out on their horizon, they see incredible potential. An island nation at India's southeastern tip that could become another economic powerhouse in the region. Statistically, Sri Lanka appears on course for its dream. The economy this year is expected to grow by at least 6%, and per capita GDP is already far ahead of India's. Last year, its stock market was the world's second best performer after Russia.
Most people are expecting very strong returns and possibly could even match last year's return or possibly even exceed.
Such strong returns have already ignited the interest of investors who specialize in so-called frontier markets. Nirosh De Silva, managing director of Leopard Capital Sri Lanka, is now raising money for the company's first two funds, a $100 million private equity fund and a $30 million fund for listed equities.
We are in the first phase of a 10-year period of growth. So in that sense, whether you lost the first year of it or not, there's still another, 9 years of solid growth ahead of you.
De Silva and his team are now marketing their funds in Singapore, Hong Kong, Europe, and the U.S., expecting returns of 25%. Courting Western investors is difficult. They worry about war crimes allegations involving the Tamil minority, as well as the country's safety and stability. Political tensions here remain high, and so does security. Police checkpoints line the streets of the capital to stop cars at random. Taking video footage in public places is difficult. Some observers believe such strong-arm tactics by the government may well keep Western investors on the sidelines. To calm tensions, Sri Lanka's president has promised relief and reconstruction for areas devastated by 26 years of war. That means improving the island's infrastructure and raising living standards, particularly for the many Tamils who are barely scraping by. The private sector appears to be leading the way. Cargill's, the largest grocery chain, interviews hundreds of young Tamil applicants every week, including those from villages formerly controlled by the Tamil Tigers in the north and east parts of the island. CEO Rajith Page, himself a Tamil, believes Sri Lanka will solve its ethnic divide peacefully. As he sees it, terrorism and war are over.
Westerners should not be concerned that this thing is going to come up again. This was very sad what happened, and it will never happen again. And I think when we get older, we become wiser. And I'm certain that anyone who ever thinks again that he can create such a thing, I think is foolish, because we are moving on. And when people have employment and they got extra money to spend, they're not interested in all these petty things as a Sri Lankan population. They want to be ahead of the neighboring countries.
Sri Lanka's elite are confident more and more outside investors will soon recognize the nation's economic potential. They say fears about political stability should cease once the April parliamentary elections are over.
After April, that uncertainty factor would be addressed totally, and that would be a very positive period for the country, for investors, and everyone, all the stakeholders engaged in the markets.
Asian investment is already significant. The Chinese government is now investing heavily in a deep-sea port, a power plant, and this cultural center. Domestic investment is also growing. The shares of some 120 companies are actively trading. This stock brokerage belongs to Sri Lanka's largest listed conglomerate, John Keel's Holdings.
Calorie strong.
Brokering tea, a product Sri Lanka is famous for, is also under John Keel's large umbrella of companies in a variety of sectors. The firm plans to rapidly expand condominium development to meet projected local demand and luxury hotels to meet expected foreign demand.
We are bullish of almost everything in this environment. This company has sort of performed extremely well during this period over the last 20 to 25 years. So for us, after navigating through those stormy waters, as it were, the future post-war is looking very, very positive.
Come visit Sri Lanka. take a view on this nice island south of India and look at the tourism potential to India, look at the trade that we could do with India, and that will give confidence that Sri Lanka is a great place to invest.
Those predictions are echoed by a growing number of financial observers who see a spectacular rebound ahead. There's no doubt Sri Lanka is a frontier market worth watching.